So we're selling my 2019 F250 Lariat diesel 6.7 liter. And man, this is just a great truck. As you can see right there, it's got 18,025 miles on it. And yes, I've been babying it. It just has always been sitting, haven't drove it much, and hence the reason for selling. It is a beautiful, it's got all kinds of extras. I'll go into details later. I think the coolest thing about this truck is that we have custom exhaust, if you will. Custom exhaust that was put on, and look at the gas mileage. That's city driving for the last 30 minutes. It's 16.2 miles, average miles per gallon, which is unheard of for a truck that can do this kind of work and this kind of, pulling. So we do have a tuner on it, and that's what kind of helps with the gas, plus the custom 5-inch exhaust from the headers back. So beautiful truck. We'll do some pictures of the outside here in a moment, but man, it's a great truck. I just don't drive it, and now that I'm done building it, it's time to sell. Like all my toys, I tend to spend more time in thinking and energy and all that and building the truck than I do driving it. But that's okay. That's what most of us do that love outdoor toys and all that. So it does have a full leather interior. I got this was custom built, so this wasn't just sitting on the lot. This was custom built for me. I waited for 3 months for the build to happen, and they built her in Kentucky for me, and it's got just all kinds of bells and whistles. But the leather interior is just about in perfect condition. The back seat, I think, has had a person sit in it once. In fact, it still has the plastic protective coating on the handles, on the door handles in the back seat, so that should tell you something. I did all kinds of extras. When I first bought the truck, I took it in and had it ceramic coated. I think it was about $1,000. And man, everybody says you just got to do that. It protects the paint, and I got the H10, which is a 10-year protective coating. And if you don't know about nanotechnology, the ceramic coating, it is like it's a new technology. Well, it's not new, but fairly new to the market. But it is like a glass polymer, like putting a sheet of glass on your paint all the way around the truck. And so it really protects against that damaging, acid rain, the sun damage that happens to your clear coat and all that. So I did that as soon as I bought the truck, but I got receipts for all of the upgrades that happened on this truck. So, the front and back bumper upgrades, the Smb built winch that has never been used, the 35-inch Toyo tires with not cast, but I forgot what kind of rims they are, but it's the ones that are cut out of a chunk of alloy, aluminum alloy, and so it's all one rim. And the reason I spent all the money on those is because I really wanted to tow with this truck, and I wanted to use it for, for what it was built for, towing and working. Even though it never really did that, it towed a couple times, but when you get those solid alloy wheels that was cut out of a block of aluminum, and it's just one piece of aluminum, it is strong as all day long. So as you can see, I think the Toyos have a 60,000 mile warranty, and poof, I'll put the receipt right here. But I think it's a 60,000 mile warranty. And we spent all the money. I just, like everything on this truck, I just wanted the best of the best for this truck. So that's just another upgrade. And again, I really wanted to keep the truck. I didn't want to build a monster truck. I wanted a truck that had all kinds of gadgets, but you didn't even know it had all kinds of gadgets. And hence, when you see this build on this truck, you could kind of tell what I was looking for. Like the front and back bumpers have built-in LED lighting, and you can't even see them because it's behind the grill. But when you put it in reverse, like, it lights up like, nighttime into daytime. And in the front grille, or the front bumper, actually covers up the huge Smb belt that we put in there. Of course, I oversized it so that you could pull anything or anybody out of anything if you needed to. But again, it's never been used, and all the remotes are still sitting in the center console. So it's never been off-road. So sometimes when you see people build a really awesome truck, like, wow, did they beat the daylights out of it? So again, it was built and never used. So it's never been off-road, never been in mud pits, never had any carriage damage or anything like you see a lot of these trucks that they put on the market that are built. You have to be careful. It just went into Ford for a service here just a day or two ago, late May 2021, and just to have it checked out. It's never been in for a service before, so they put a new battery in it. They checked both the batteries, and one wasn't charging fully, so they're just like, hey, no problem, George, we'll put a new battery in it. And they put some kind of steering stabilizer on the front, but that wasn't really a repair. It was more of a like a recall item or something that Ford just wanted to put on, but that was really it. I've been using AMSOIL. Well, I've only changed the oil once. But I put AMSOIL in it to make sure that the engine life lasts forever. I mean, of course, it's a 6.7 liter diesel engine, so the engines already are just monster bulletproof engines, but I put AMSOIL in it too, just to make sure that that you get maximum protection, even though it's expensive, and you get longevity and power out of your motor. So just about everything you can figure out on this truck, you'll see quality in it. I don't say that like a salesman. That's just how my mind works, and when I build stuff, I just build quality, or I just don't build it. So trying to think, anything else on the outside? We'll take a look at the outside in a minute. I'll probably repeat myself on a lot of these items. Oh yeah, we put 2 row bars, they're curved LED lighting into the bumper, or into the grille on the front end. And you see a lot of vehicles that put in the LED lighting, but it's just gaudy wing catches. The branches will hit it and rip it off the roof. And so I just wanted something that if I were driving on my ranch or something like that, that if I needed lights, they're there and they'll light up like like the sun. And so we found Tony's Total Performance found 2 curved light bars that fit so perfect into the front grille. It was expensive as always, but I had him custom trim the grille, build custom brackets, and install it flat on the grille on the front of the truck. So it's almost like you really got to pay attention. Everything is packed in there, but you don't really notice the lights until you really look at them, or until you really need them. The other cool thing about these particular rigid lights, not any of the weird Chinese knockoff brands, but these rigid lights, is that right there, the 6-row toggle switch. One of the switches turns on, it's kind of a, I don't know what they call it, but it's like backlighting, but it's red, like the same color as the truck, and so you could just run that only, or like just to kind of be cool. So it's red to match the rest of the truck, and then the next toggle switch over actually turns on the LED, the bright white lighting for if you're going off-road, or if you're working on your ranch or your whatever you're working on. And 2 rows of that, I could tell you that it will nearly blind you. I've only had them on twice, like everything in this truck. Just never go off-road in it. So there was no reason to turn those on driving down the highway. Receiver on the rear of it does not come with the vehicle. I'm putting that on my my next vehicle, so that doesn't come with it. So if you want one of those, let me know, because I'm actual dealer for those amazing tow hitches. And what's really cool about them is that they have built-in scushings, and the hitch actually moves up and down with your trailer to take all of the shock out of the trailer and doesn't transfer it to the truck. So they're just the coolest bumpers. Yes, they're $1,000 a piece, but man, you'll never get a smoother ride pulling a trailer than using one of those tow hitches. They're just, I mean, I won't use anything else from here on, and like everything I do, I want it the best. All right, so we're going to be pulling up here. I'll do an outside walk around as well to show you all the little parts and details and all that. We're driving down a full brick road here in St. Petersburg, Florida. Oh, the other thing about this truck, it's never been in winter. So, it's not a northern truck that was brought to Florida. It was titled in Florida, and it's lived its 18,000 miles right here in Florida. No floods, no anything like that, no problem truck. Sometimes people buy those northern trucks that are only a couple years old and bring them to Florida, but there's rust all underneath them. So this is a Florida truck, always has been, and you won't find anything. I mean, the underside looks just about new. Okay, so we're going to be pulling off up here, right next to the Gulf of Mexico. It's so beautiful. And I'll do a quick walk around to show you the different upgrades that were done on this truck. I think it's over $20,000 or something like that in total in upgrades. And again, I'll put all the receipts in here so that you can look at the receipts, see what I paid for them, and even see my secrets of where, my absolute professional places that I get work done. And man, they're amazing. Like Tony's Total Performance is just outrageous, and he loves building custom brand new trucks, and I love going to him because he does great work. All right, so I'll be right back. Okay, so the next mod we did on the F250 was these light bars. So these are 40-inch rigid light bars, and what I liked about them, they are the 40-inch curved Radiance light bars, and the Radiance means, I don't know if you can see this because it's beautiful blue skies and sunny as heck, but it's got backlighting, red backlighting that matches the truck. So I'm like, that is just so cool. And the other thing is they trimmed up the Ford stock grill and cut out just one fin so we could put these in. And if you look at this, it's really flush mount. So unless you're really looking at, trying to find these on here, they are tastefully built into the truck itself. It looks like they were, factory installed. And so we got one on the top, one on the bottom. It was, again, a custom build. And I just want to show you the receipt paid. And we got a special deal from Tony. It says right there, George special deal for $2,076.87 to install those two lights, because he had to custom cut the grill. He made steel brackets because I said, well, there's no protection on the front, so if we hit if we go through brush and all that, which we never did in this truck, but if we did, we needed to be able to take branch or something hitting it. So he built custom brackets, painted them, and they look like factory. Just amazing job Tony did. And that's Tony's Total Performance. I highly recommend him if you're in Central Florida or looking to do any modifications. And these lights, these rigid lights, again, are, we just went for quality. So, rigid is obviously the top of the line as far as LED lighting goes. And so we just want to, buy quality that lasts forever. We don't have to worry about it. Do it right the first time. So anyways, that's our mod on that. Just beautiful. I mean, I just love the way that look is, and what it provides if you're out working on your ranch or whatever you're using the truck for, that you got that much lighting power that is built in and not gaudy, not stuck up on top of your roof up here like I see so many of them just bolted on a roof, that catches all the wind, has wind drag, and if you hit a branch up there, they're gone. This is just an amazing fabrication that Tony did, and looks amazing on this truck too. This truck has been in a bunch of truck shows and the likes, and people, what they like most about it is there's so many things tucked away, like that front bumper that has a 17,000 pound winch on the inside that you can't even see, you barely even know it's there. So there's all this really cool modifications and functionality that you just don't see unless you really get close to it. All right, on with the next model. All right, so the next mod that we have on the 2019 F250 Lariat diesel pickup truck is the front and rear bumper, the custom bumpers on this, and we paid right there $5,244.94. And what Tony did on those, aren't those awesome bumpers? They're just like insanely great. They got built-in LEDs in them, just in case you need more LEDs than those above it. But so we started with Smb built M1a2 bumpers right there, and they came powder coated in black. And so Tony started with stripping those bumpers down to raw metal and then custom painting it to match the same color as the truck. And man, people just love that bumper. They're like, where did you get it? And I love it too. And then we really liked, what we liked about this truck is just the simplicity of how it came together. What I mean is, like, we got all this like chrome or aluminum everywhere, and it really just kind of brought the truck together. So Tony kind of stayed with that same theme and went with like an aluminum type color for the winch cover plate. So I don't know if you can see the winch in there. That baby is massive. Just an amazing winch, 17,000 pound Smb built. And we took out the steel cable that came with it, and we put in the synthetic rope as well as part of the package. And as you could tell, that thing has never been used. It's never even been in mud. This truck has never been mudded even once. So it was just built, and here it is for sale. So again, the Smb built bumpers, the front one was just stock, just out of the box, $1,306.81. And then he stripped it down to steel and then repainted them to match the truck color and added an additional color. So just amazing. Let me look at the back bumper here. And we have the matching back bumper to the Smb built. Just a really cool bumper. It's got the hooks in it if you need them right there. Tony drilled out and put in the backup sensors and cameras, because we have 9 cameras all the way around this truck. And again, Smb built did a great job at putting extra LEDs. If you put that in reverse, it really lights up the whole universe behind it. Tony stayed with the aluminum type color for the secondary color on the rear bumper. And this rear bumper, the Smb built rear bumper M1a, was $1,084 out of the box with just black powder coating. So that, again, those were all stripped down, color matched to the truck. He built 6 hours at $100 an hour to color match those and just strip them down. And then again, we'll talk about the Smb built 17,000 pound winch that was put in there, and it has a remote cable and all that with it. That's never been used, still in the console in the truck. And so a 17,000 pound winch is everything I do. It's just quality. I just said, hey, listen, Tony's like, you could probably get away with a 10,000 pound winch. I'm like, nope, let's go as large as we can. Because you never know if you have to pull your tractor out of the ranch or whatever you're going to use it for. But if it's oversized, you're great. If it's undersized, you just break stuff. So we got the Smb built X2O, 17,000 pound winch. And Tony got me a heck of a deal on that for $845. So he charged 6 hours to install both of those and 6 hours to color match them to the truck. So our total on that bill, I don't know if you can see that, but is $5,244 for the front and rear bumpers on for the F250. God, just looking at it in the camera, I'm like, that is a beautiful truck. simple, elegant, well thought out. So much packed into this truck for 17,000 pound winches and color lights built in, and really just awesome stuff built in. And it's so simple and so functionable. Even with the F-rated tires, you could pull with that all day long, and still just looks amazing. Okay, let's look under the hood and see what kind of mods we did underneath the hood. So the first thing we did was a Smb Cold Air Intake. So that, one of the things Tony always says, like, listen, when you get a 6.7 power stroke diesel, is you got to put air to it. You got to give it lots of air and clean fuel. So he said, before you do anything else, let's really give that motor plenty of air. So we got the Smb Cold Air Intake, which runs all the way over and goes right into your cold air intake right there. So, and then if you're just putting a lot of air in the front of the engine and you don't kind of port that all the way through, then you just have a lot of air in the front, and it can't really get it out the tailpipe, because it comes in the front and it goes out the tailpipe. So we did the 5-inch exhaust from the headers right here all the way back to there. So just a huge pipe with a really cool MBRP tip exhaust on it. And well, that's the tip. It's 6 inches at the tip, but the pipe itself is 5 inches all the way back to the tip. So now you got cold air coming in from the front, just pushing through, gets to the 5-inch pipe, and just really gives it plenty of airflow. That totally increases a clean engine performance and gives you lots of extra horsepower to your motor. Not to mention it keeps it clean and gives it what it needs. When it's burning fuel, it needs oxygen. We did some modifications right there. There's a plate that kind of helps with that modification. You have to listen to what I'm saying, but there's some pieces there that we took off when we put that plate on. The pieces come with the truck, so if you ever want to put it back to just stock, we give you both the full exhaust, OEM exhaust that came with it, comes with this truck, and the pieces on the motor right there that go to that come with the truck. So you can either use the truck for off-road purposes only, or you could use it as an OEM stock pickup truck, your choice, but we'll give you all those extra parts with it as well. So and then we put a tuner in this. So when you start putting custom exhaust that really lets this vehicle breathe, and cold air intake, then you could put a tuner in, and that really fine tunes the motor and puts a custom tune on it. So it's really just awesome. So they started with an amazing motor. Ford gives you just plenty of horsepower, but if you want a better efficiency running truck that gets way better gas mileage, way more horsepower, way more torque to the rear end, then a tuner is the next thing you do. So in this package that we paid $4,194 for, we put a tuner on it too. And the tuner package is pretty cool. I'm going to show you something. Right there is all you see. And as you can see, it's numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 is for economies, the way we set this up. So I have to turn off all the buzzers. So 1 is set up for economy, so it's as close to factory tuned as it can be. And then 2, which is where I pretty much run it, is just a little bit extra horsepower, And I actually see my gas mileage go up a bit, even with the extra horsepower, because it comes off of like a factory type tune and starts to really refine the engine to perform well. And then 3 is more horsepower. So if you're ever doing anything in performance or anything like that, you want, more horsepower. 4 is like, yeehaw, hang on. And 5 we have on this particular setup, and you could program this to set it up any way you want. There's a lot of different programs for this. But 5 I use for towing. It says maximum horsepower. It makes the engine work a lot less when you're just using, a ton of horsepower and all that. I've only towed maybe twice with this. Just short, an hour one way up to like Ocala, to our farm up in Ocala. And then, an hour back. I think I did that twice with a 14,000 pound tractor, and man, I didn't even know it was behind us. It was just amazing having the tuner on there and the ease that the truck will actually pull, all, 14,000 pounds, and obviously it pulls a lot more than that, but that's all we had. But pulls 14,000 pounds with ease with your toe on the gas pedal. Like, I think I paid attention when I went up there and came back, and I think we're running with 14,000 pound toe on it at 12.8 miles per gallon. So that, doing 80 miles an hour. I know that's a little bit over the speed limit. So just amazing performance, amazing fuel efficiency with the tuners, and just so worth the money. So again, we did the cold air intake. Trying to hold the sheet out, but it's blowing. Let's see. We did the 5-inch exhaust, $625, $1,753 for the tuner, $300 for the cold air intake. The custom, exhaust, and let's see, our total on that was $4,194.89. Okay, we'll be right. Okay, so we're going to do the final walk around with all the different options that we purchased with this truck. And the first is obviously the Ruby Red. That was a $395 upgrade option. And man, what a just beautiful paint. Everybody that I drive this truck, just people walk up to me all the time and say, man, that's a great color, Obviously we got the 6.7 Power Stroke. That's a $9,120 option. And then we had the all-terrain tires on here, but obviously we swapped those out for real all-terrains. And then let's say we got a 3.55 electronic locking axle. That's a $390 upgrade. We have the FX4 off-road package. That's a $400 upgrade. Of course, they put a sticker on there. That's your $400 sticker. And then, let's see, navigation system on the inside, $570 upgrade. We have, I think I covered it already, but we have they called them Upfitter switches. Upfitter switches for $165. We have the dual extra heavy duty alternator, $115 upgrade. We have a heavy service front suspension. So when I told the dealership I was going to put a winch and a different bumper on the front end, they recommended doing the, what do they call it? The heavy service front suspension for $125. And then the old days, they used to call it a camper special, where they had the front end suspension just a bit beefier to deal with any extra weight. And then, let's see, we'll move to the back, and the tailgate step is a $375 upgrade. So these are pretty cool if you haven't seen them. Oh, I got a locking back here. We'll get to that. And then this is the... Isn't that cool? So you just put your foot right there, and then grab your handrail, and then you can get up into bed. That's a how much was that? $375 upgrade, tailgate step. Ultimate trailer tow package, $710. I think, I'm not sure, don't hold me to this, but I think there is like 7 or 9 cameras on this. It's ridiculous. They're everywhere. There's a camera down there underneath the, on both sides underneath the rear view mirrors. There's cameras up front, cameras at the rear. They're just everywhere. And then, let's see, leather 40, 20, 40 seat. Oh, that's a no charge. We just chose that. And then Lariat value package, $710. It's a remote start system, so you could just start the vehicle with your kiosk, with your key. And then 10-way power front seats with driver me, heated and cooled front seats. So man, that's so nice when it's like hot out and you just start your truck and it automatically cools the whole truck. Or just the opposite, if it's in winter and you know, it's freezing outside, it's nice to start it and then your heated seats or cooled seats start at the same time. So, and then we have a lot of other features. Locking tailgate, so when you lock the truck, the tailgate locks. We have I think I already covered that, but the power or the pickup box tie downs. So there they are right there. That comes with the Lariat package, I believe. Power scoping mirrors. So they are all electric and they go in and out. Tow hooks, we covered that on the back end. Trailer sway control. One touch up or down driver passenger window. 10-way power seats. Let's see, we have a 10-volt 400-watt outlet in the pickup truck. Dual zone electronic, climate control, leather wrapped steering wheel, outside temperature display, particle air filter for the cabin, power lock windows, telescoping steering wheel, 4-wheel drive anti-lock disc brakes, obviously Bang & Olufsen play with premium audio. And man, that is just a awesome stereo they put in these things. The Bang & Olufsen's really just a great stereo. There's Cyrex radio with that stereo as well. Trailer brake control on the inside. And on and on. This thing is just loaded. I mean, you know, when I bought it and ordered it, it just had, you know, I had to have everything I wanted. And it is just, you know, a great Lariat. And on top of the Lariat package, we just added all the things I think every truck driver should have. So I think we covered everything. We covered all of the mods on it, the modifications, the tires, the bumpers, the light bars, the everything, the custom exhaust, all of the extra options and features that came when we built the truck. And it is just an amazing truck. Okay, so listen, guys, if you're interested, you know, act fast, because obviously, you know, this truck will not be around very long at all. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just click on our channel. We do everything outdoors. You know, we do ATVs, side-by-sides, tractor farming, buying and selling land, everything outdoors. So if you love the outdoors like we do, you love 4x4s, you love all the different things that are outdoors, then please subscribe to our channel. You're going to love it. We've been building that ATV right there. We've had a bunch of recent videos. We're picking up a new Kubota tractor here in June of 2021, and we'll be building that thing. And you're just going to love the channel. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you know, subscribe now, hit the like button, and leave a comment. Okay, thank you. Good luck on this truck. I hope someone that really wants it and loves it buys it.